It's tabletop time!
I'm Lachlan, I'm playing Ferdinand.
Interrupting you, please continue.
I'm playing Ferdinand. Go on.
I'm Dave, I'm narrating this mess.
I'm Alicia, I'm playing Astrid.
I'm Jen and I'm playing Azahari.
And what are you guys doing right now?
Trying not to drown as we actually took the right choice and charged into the a room that is currently flooding a Dwemer ruin, which we are looting and clearing.
Yes.
Yep.
Hells yeah.
Pretty much.
This Dwemer ruin is located on the island of Solstheim, which is at this time in history part of Skyrim's vast empire. And if you played Skyrim, you get to do the Dragonborn DLC, which takes you to Solstheim. It's a really cool place.
Yay.
On the Mortrag Glacier.
Yeah, well, you are in fact, you're in the Mortrag Glacier.
I take notes.
Yeah, you're in a secret Dwemer ruin that no one has ever encountered before that was exposed when a shelf of ice broke away from the Mortrag Glacier,
Ooh.
which may or may not have something to do with her sign and the Blood Moon prophecy and, but who knows?
That's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Utter coincidence.
Total coincidence.
Nah.
So, we pick up with the water cascading around our players.
I have a question that is very important.
Yeah.
What would be the challenge level to cast on 3 people a short duration, swift swim, and water breathing spell?
So, water breathing is easier of the two. So I'm going to say that to cast on all 3, it's going to be challenge level 1, 2, 3. So pretty much as simple as that.
For both?
For swift swim, I'm going to say 2, 3,
Because
4.
I'm casting it as one spell.
Okay, so you have to hit everyone or no one. So it's a targeted spell with an AoE. In that case,
but
it's going to be...
both, it would be both effects at once.
Oh.
Because you can put 2 effects on one spell in Morrowind.
I'm going to say that's going to cost you 2 mana.
Fair enough, but it reduces the time.
But you only have to cast it as one spell rather than one and then the other, and you can do it pretty instantly. And I'm going to say to do that effect, it's going to be challenge level 4.
I'm just going to hit Astrid and Azahari.
That will be 2. So you can basically, you're all so huddled together that you're either going to targeted spell or you're going to touch spell. So, but that would be 2 spells.
We've got enough breath. I'm just going to do the swift swim and go 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so if it's just swift swim, I'll make it and hitting everyone, challenge level 3.
Okay, not the 2, 3, 4 like you said before.
Because my mistake was thinking that you're also together. It's either a targeted or a touch spell.
Okay,
So you have to do like a 5-foot radius to hit everyone.
Swift swim on everyone. So challenge level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I should have gone for the combo.
Possibly, but
That's all
I
right.
also save a mana.
That's fair. That's fair.
And
Lovely.
it's not over our heads, but this should make the swim check significantly easier.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you all with Swift Swing cast on you. I'm actually... It's more going to be about how many challenges you have. So that's going to reduce the number of challenges that you have because each successful swim is going to get you way further. All right. So your feet lift above the ground.
No.
Shit! And blue light envelops everyone, especially their arms and legs.
And you feel the ability to move more quickly through the water.
Okay. I go straight to the valve.
We all do.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I don't know.
Yep. Let's all head
Cool.
over.
So who's going first? Who's leading the charge?
I'll
All
go
right.
first.
Going to get you make a swim check.
Okay.
The challenge level for this is challenge level. This first part, challenge level 3.
Okay.
Adios mio.
Now.
Oh, you got 2.
I'll use a destiny.
Okay, use a destiny point. I'm actually going to say as well that this first swim, because this is the part where you're not fighting the most intense current, you actually all have automatic advantage on these rolls, thanks to the swift swim. So
Oh, okay,
So-
sure. So you didn't.
Does that mean I
you
didn't have
did-
to
no,
use a
because you rolled,
destiny?
two,
You rolled
a
a
2
two.
and a 1, not a 3. So the
Okay.
advantage means 3s are successes as well. But you didn't roll any.
Down the
Oh,
line,
okay, gotcha.
I guess.
Same.
Challenge level 3.
Yep. I will also use a destiny.
Okay. As Ahari keeps up. And you and Ferdinand, your swift swim allows you to push against the current. You swim and you dive around the first obstacle that comes your way, which is actually a buoyant, large barrel that just woof and flows past you, and you all
Those things
dodge
are
out of the
heavy.
way. And it just smashes. It actually hits the door on the way out, and you see it break the stonework around the edge of the door and buckle that door out, and then just flow out of the room. And you know if that had hit you, it would have done massive damage. You weave around that, and you make your way about halfway across the room. The swift swim, allowing you to cover more ground than you assumed would be possible. You're fairly certain this would have taken you like a minute of fighting against the current, but you're weaving through. And in front of you, the churning mass of water pushing out just makes swimming harder and harder and harder. And as you push and as you swim, you can see that valve ahead of you. Who's going to lead the charge on the valve?
I'll do it again.
Okay, I've got some very bad news for you.
Oh,
So, who's got the Cogent Roleplay cheat sheet?
This
no.
thing.
This one.
Have a
Is it?
All right, so by definition, challenge level 5 to swim,
Why?
because this is an extremely difficult task to swim against a literal jet of water shooting against you.
Aren't we at the valve, not the?
No,
We're
you're
halfway
you're
to
halfway
the-
across the room, but
Yeah.
you're now at the point where like the water, you're at the source of the water. You're basically having to push past it as it's pushing towards
and
you.
you said before that rolling the swift swim would make the checks easier.
I said it'll make you make less of them, so you cross the whole half room in one check.
Okay.
What if we swim diagonally instead of directly across
It's all. This is you being as smart as you can be. You still. I'm gonna allow you to maintain your advantage on these rolls.
it? But
Okay.
no one can succeed.
Yeah.
If you've got no destiny, that's
Yeah.
possible. You don't have destiny.
Oh, you only gave us
Astrid?
one.
I've only got one left.
Have you got any?
I got one,
Okay,
but I'm
so
saving it.
people can succeed. This is an inhumanly
Hi, guys.
difficult effort.
So we need 5.
By the way, failing doesn't necessarily mean you've completely failed. It means
Yeah.
that you haven't made it to the valve
Yeah.
in this effort.
Can
Now,
I-
if you fail, but it's kind of like, because it's a push-pull. So at a certain point, you'll run out of it, you would be exhausted. But if you fail, it doesn't mean like, oh, that's it. I just crossed my arms and float back out the door.
Okay. Sorry.
Can I use my ice magic to try and like fully cover the valve, if not just sort of cover it partially so there's less water coming out? It's a bit easier for everyone.
You're not sure what the extent of your ice magic will do. If
Okay.
you commit to it, I'm going to destiny roll to see how effective it is. Because I described it as quite a large valve.
Okay.
So,
Not the valve, the
pipe
The
thing,
pipe,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
and you're not quite, your ice is like a touch thing.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be a bit like a big effort. So if you'd like to do it, I'll let you. But destiny will sway how good it goes. It will, no matter what, be an advantage. It will just be like a 1 on the destiny. Will just be, it's a bit of a help. Like it's
Yeah.
not too helpful, but a high roll will be like it works kind of as you intend it to, 100%.
Okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to make the swim anyway. So I'm just going to do that.
All right. So Astrid, you thrust your. How do you channel this towards the thing?
I use my shield to sort of help direct the water
Mm-hmm.
away from us, and also use the ice magic.
Okay,
as
through the
well.
shield.
Through the shield, yeah.
Destiny roll. A 4.
Oh no,
All right. So
that cursed dice.
you throw the shield forward, and taking the brunt of the water, it's too much for you. As you push your shield out, you like blast ice, and there's a shockwave, and you all see this shockwave of frozen water that just smashes out from the end of your shield. The water buffets into it, and it creates a much larger area of surface area that you are actually in contact with the water.
Oh.
And in the following moments, Astrid basically is projected by this water with an impossible amount of force that you can't resist. You would like shot like a cork back across the room because you take all the brunt. However, for that brief window of moments, you took all the brunt.
Okay.
So because I rolled really low, a 4 on the destiny, that is going to reduce your challenge level to 4 for the swim check. So
Okay,
in this
everyone.
moment, if you make it though, once you're at the valve, your checks will be lower because you're past the point of the water. Astrid's out.
Good luck.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
It's only a 4 now, so you can succeed.
Yeah, it's a 4 now. And you've
Yeah,
got advantage.
yeah,
You've
yeah.
still got advantage.
Reroll that one.
Yeah, you can reroll that one.
Nope.
Astrid. Sorry,
Hey, Astrid.
Three successes.
A 2 and 3.
Okay.
Progress possibly made.
Oh, you're the one with no destiny.
Correct.
All right, so you got a 2
2 and a 3.
and you got a 3. Okay, I'm going to destiny roll you both to see how this plays out.
Can
So I
we
don't want to be
use
too
our dice?
mean. Would you like me to? I'm going to get you guys
Yeah,
to destiny
please.
roll. So your destiny roll is going to be swayed by negative results. Okay, and yours, Sahari? Okay, they're both pretty good. Pretty good. Ferdinand and Azahari swim, but pushing against the water, you just don't have the strength to get through, even with the window that Astrid made for you. But in that sort of tumultuous changing of water pressure and currents, you manage to swim and push out sort of against the wall, and you get blasted across towards the wall. And I'm going to get you both to make a endurance check to see how you're going exhaustion-wise. Challenge level 2. Ferdinand
One.
is suffering.
One success.
That's at least 2
Two.
for Azahari. So you're buffeted against the wall. Ferdinand, you grab onto a piece of furniture and you're like now starting to really struggle. Azahari, you've still got some gas in the tank and
Okay.
you're off to the side. You managed to, thanks to Astrid, push away, but you still are going to need to make a swim check. But the challenge level will be 3 to get to the valve. Put points in swim, guys.
I did.
Thanks
3.
to Swift Swim. Azahari pushes across, and I'm going to get Astrid to make an endurance check as well.
Okay.
Do I need to make a check this too, or I'm just like,
You're now holding on to
Oh,
something.
if I
You're
wasn't
holding on to something.
damaged.
Oh yeah, because you're injured. That's
Yeah, I'd
why.
be doing so much
1,
better.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, Astrid, you right yourself, and you are now back in control, but you're towards the entrance of the room. What are you going? Are you going to attempt to get back across the room, or are you going to?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing forward.
Okay,
Try
make a
and
swim
help you
check.
guys.
Does she still have like a massive ice shield? Because I'm just picturing as like that is the thing now that's just.
The ice
It's
is
just
kind of cracking and breaking away in the
Okay.
torrent, and also melting.
The water suddenly gets colder.
But if it didn't happen,
just get
you guys
colder?
wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah, it's true.
4
Oh, critical
successes.
success. Yay.
And with a burst of energy, you push across the room and you get back pretty much to where you were, right in front of that cascading torrent of water. Ferdinand, you are fine, but you're kind of getting exhausted. You can choose to act, but you can stay here safely, or you can attempt to do something, but you will lose the advantage from Swift Swim. You won't have any other penalty, but like that's compensating for your exhaustion. Are you going to attempt to swim for the valve? Yep. 3. 2 successes. So you attempt to swim for the valve, you make like 3 strokes across, and then just the water just takes you and you get pushed back and you grab back onto the thing you were originally holding on to.
I'm just gonna leave there until I can catch my breath. Like,
Cool.
Is my head underwater at this point? Or am I like,
Yeah, there's a bit of like above and below the water. It's
yeah,
bad
I felt that. It's bad. I was like,
because you failed your endurance, so that's why you're.
yeah, like I've had that actual experience in real life.
It's not pleasant.
No, it's even
I've
worse
had
when
it
you're
too.
sitting on the shore while it's happening. That's just kind of sad.
Okay, so that's a story time for another time.
Yeah.
Azahari, your hands grip around the valve wheel, metal clinking against your claws.
I try to turn it. Assuming it's a turn. It's
Describe that. What's that look like? The valve. It's like a huge ship's wheel, massive valve.
I kind of swim up,
Mm-hmm.
and then with all the force I can, and try to see if I can get the water to work with me. I sort of try to push, like swim down
Okay.
in a really big brute force while trying to turn it at the same time. If that kind of makes sense.
Okay. So. I'm going to get you to make a grip check. Big valve underwater. All right. You start
With
to
it
push it.
Not even. Oh,
No.
it's a grip, yeah.
You start to push it, and it moves a tiny fraction, but barely does anything.
Yeah.
Astrid,
I'm gonna keep swimming towards the valve.
you need a challenge level 5 to get there.
God.
Does that mean that the challenge level 4 won't progress? Like, this 4 victories won't progress, or 4 victories is just not enough to get there?
I'm going to say a level 4 will get you to the same spot that you guys got to with your level 3s.
So if you do the same check again, which is not mathematically impossible.
No, it's not.
I just got 4 out of 4, like just on my last roll.
Do it again.
It's
I
possible.
know.
Just do it again.
Come on.
I believe in you. What about Astrid?
You get 4 out of 4 because that counts as a
Advantage.
success thanks to Swift Swim.
And
Are
can I
you-
use my destiny to make
You
it
can.
5?
In a sheer force of will moment, yeah, Ferdinand is now getting in a, like, you can see what's happening. You just see Astrid see Azahari, like, struggling at the valve, and, like, you know, there's bubbles of water coming out, air coming out of your mouth as you're underwater struggling. You just go full, like, mum at the beach rescuing their kid. You're just like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. The breaststroke is out of this world, and you swim directly against a cascading torrent, push through it to the other side with bubbles, like, clinging to your hair and flowing back away from you, and then in a last kick of your feet arrive next to Azahari and grab the other half of the valve.
Yep.
We turn it.
Grip.
Both of you. So I'm going to say this time that it is a grip check for Astrid,
Yeah.
who is now engaging as the primary actor, taking over from Azahari, who's feeling a bit weakened. And I'm going to say that Azahari, you can use any skill you can justify to assist with. Challenge levels 4.
4.
This is an extrememely difficult challenge. Although the good thing is you're not getting swept away where you are. So if you
Okay.
fail, you're not
We can
blown
just
back away
try
from the
again.
room, because
Okay.
that would probably lead to your death.
How many dice do you have?
Sorry. 5.
Oh, you have 6? Because you're not injured anymore? Got 2 points in it.
I think I moved
3,
it
4,
back
5,
for
6.
some reason. Because I crossed that out and wrote 5 instead of 6. I don't know.
I think it's when we got the extra. Oh, you had to redo your sheet. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Alright.
So acrobatics and sleight of hand. Acrobatics makes more sense.
Are you sure you don't have 2 points in grip?
Apparently they filled the
I think I filled it in this one, and then I had to take
Unfill
it
it.
back.
Okay.
Because that's why I crossed out 6 and wrote 5.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go
I
ahead.
think.
All right.
I mean, I could
It's
if
fine.
you want me to. I
It's
mean,
fine.
Can I like acrobatically, like get behind it? So you know how there's the wheel, like the thing, and then there's the wall that would be behind
Yeah.
it, right? Can I get in between that gap to push myself and like walk along the wall to
Yeah,
push
I'm going to
it
say
down?
you can use acrobatics. That's great. You can basically use your
Sick.
full body calisthenics to yeah,
Use my
Yeah.
feet to like anchor
gymnastically
it down.
do it.
Yeah,
All
cool.
right,
cool.
Meanwhile-
Great.
let's do it.
All right, so you can assist 6 dice.
All right.
Or
Swimming-
5. I'm -1 for injury.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So I go first, or
No,
I'm assisting, yeah.
Azahari goes
Oh,
first.
okay.
Swimming has not turned out well for Ferdinand.
2 successes. Now you make your. I'm not going to make it take away a victory level on this.
Thank God.
It's fine. 3 successes.
I don't have any destiny
It budges slightly, but it's so hard. This valve is not wanting to be closed because what you're effectively doing is mechanically closing a hatch over that torrent of water.
Yeah.
So in fact, you push it a bit and it goes like a half turn, and then it actually like pushes back against you.
Is it trapped?
No.
Okay. Can I while I'm back there and have a quick look at the back of the mechanism, can I like lockpick it?
No.
Dang it.
There's
Okay.
no. It's a valve.
I'm just coming up with ideas, okay?
Okay, it's fine. So both of you make an endurance check. In fact, even Ferdinand, challenge level 2 for all of you.
Even though I'm resting, quote unquote.
Yeah. Because you're still struggling. You fail.
Yeah.
2
You
successes.
pass.
So I'm still puffed, I'm just not more puffed.
Yeah. And you succeed. Azahari, you are starting to run out of air, starting to run out of effort. I'm going to say that this action you make is going to be the last one you can do to help before you have to get some
go up.
air.
I'm just gonna try and do this. Just try and push a little bit more.
Okay, attempt the same thing again.
Yep.
Go for it. Butt your head into the wall.
Butts head in.
If only.
Butts head in.
Yeah, because
Where's Butts head in when you need him?
2.
2 successes.
only Swift Swim gave you advantage in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right?
Good luck.
Oh.
Nah. And up I go.
And in a dramatic moment, Astrid's eyes flare as you see Azahari, bubbles of air coming out of her mouth, and then she just looks at you and then lets go and floats up to the surface, grabbing air, and you are alone. The pipe. All 3 of you endurance check.
Sucks.
4.
Hey! Critical
Can
success.
I get my breath back?
Yes. Yeah, with a 4, I'm going to say you recover, and 3, Azahari, you also get your breath back, and something else happens. Everyone is somewhat distinguishing themselves in these moments in different ways, and Ferdinand, you have that moment of like, I've reached my physical limit. I don't want to have reached my physical limit, and I know I have to succeed. And you gain a skill point in endurance.
Hey,
Oh.
nice.
That's cool.
Awesome.
All right, so next turn,
I
I'll let you
pass,
dive
yep.
in. You have 1 turn of being solo.
I have to do my
Endurance, yep. You pass with
Ooh.
flying colors.
Nice.
And I'm going to get you to now roll your trying to open the thing check. Looking for 4 again. Grip.
2.
Nope.
Come on.
All right, what are you doing? Going to swim across?
I'm swimming.
All right,
Challenge
looking for
level
3. And you get there!
I get 4.
Hey.
You get 4.
Oh,
you
yeah,
you dart
advantage.
across. And Ferdinand, with a newfound resolve and seeming to have conquered his sort of difficulty with the swimming, spears across towards you. And Azahari
Back down and
dives
try
under,
again.
and all 3 of you are there, which is good because of the way that multiple assists work. So you're all. How are you helping?
Gripping as well. I'm just heel into the floor, grabbing it from the other side, pulling.
Okay. And what's your best? What's your grip?
5.
5. Okay.
5 dice.
So the way this
I
works.
can't deceive or talk it into it. So
Yeah, I couldn't sleight of hand it, sorry.
So a multiple assist is that you get to roll the assist, but you get an additional dice.
Right.
And you still fail.
2 successes.
Astrid!
not this time.
Oh,
Come on!
And
what happened to all my good
a
rolling?
situation with no consequences would be boring. So you all must make endurance checks.
Oh, do I get to try to push it?
No, so that was your assist. So multi-assists,
Yeah.
instead of everyone rolling an assist, you just add a dice.
Oh, okay.
Ferdinand. Boom. Challenge level 3 now.
What was this endurance?
It was challenge level 3.
Now, yeah. Ferdinand, you attempt and your fingers slip, and then you have to desperately go up to the water, up to the surface. Astrid, endurance,
1, 2, 3.
success. Eventually, mathematically, you know. Azahari fails as
True,
well.
yeah.
And the two of them, the two that came back in a resurgence. Astrid, come on!
Come on.
Oh,
No,
You can re-roll
It's
that.
fine. It's fine. I don't want that one. That one's cursed.
3 successes.
Wasn't that what we needed?
You need 5.
so you
Oh,
want
no, it was
wasn't it?
4. It was 4.
Four.
It was 4. So you got 3 successes.
Do you have a destiny left?
No, I
No,
don't.
we're out. Try again.
Can I attempt to, like, on
Do
my
you have any spells that could help in this moment?
No!
Are you sure?
Could I?
Relatively sure.
What have you got?
Alteration and illusion.
Alteration surely has something.
Make it turn into Play-Doh.
I could cast open on it.
Alteration spells.
Open or close?
No, it's open or lock.
Okay.
Open could do.
But open
maybe.
unlocks it, technically.
Might work.
You know what? I'm going to say, because something needs to happen, you can cast Feather on
Yeah, that
on
makes sense.
the valve and make it way less and be easy to turn.
I will do so.
Please.
Challenge level?
I'm going to say the challenge level for this is 3, and additional successes will make it even lighter.
1.
Oh my god.
Yay.
What is this dice?
We're all gonna drown.
Casting's failed. Okay. Mana spent, casting failed.
Try again.
Endurance?
You can try endurance. You're on the surface, so you can try and go back down. Go for endurance. You're fine.
Oh my gosh.
You burst back under.
Where was
Cast a
that
spell.
roll?
You're
Astrid,
great at saving
no,
yourself.
endurance.
yourself. Endurance?
Yep. You're fine, Azahari.
Oh, sorry.
You're not fine. You're
Oh.
still struggling on the surface.
Can I use my sword skill to wedge my sword in there?
You can also just attempt to cast the spell again.
I was gonna say that
It
with my
costs mana,
axe.
but
I have 2 mana left.
it's
and
probably
it's
worth
only
doing.
1
We're all
dice
gonna
better.
die.
Actually, with the... Oh, no.
Except this will make it significantly easier.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will try one more time.
So Ferdinand reaches
Down
for,
under.
touches the valve,
Touch it, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey.
Nice.
and the valve suddenly, this magic effect takes hold.
So
Would you
that's-
like to assist? Oh, you're on the
I'm
surface.
on surface.
Astrid, grip, challenge level 2.
2.
Yep.
Yep. You can do it.
Watch me. Watch me not. Come on.
No, I believe in you. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
I was waiting for you to roll 5. So
You're-
it didn't
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
Your muscles strain and bulge as you twist, and you start to turn this valve, and then you take over, and momentum takes over, and it's been lightened by Ferdinand's magic, and you turn it and turn it. This cranking slowly churns, and then the water slows, and you gain a skill point in grip.
You got those calloused hands.
And then, after a time, the flow of water stops. And you all... It drops a foot, 2 foot, 3, and then stops. And you all exhausted stand in waist-deep water, or just like chest-deep water in this room.
It is time to rage loot. I mean, we're a bit exhausted for rage looting, and none of us are barbarians, so... But it is time to find out what this was all for.
Make
Oh, excuse me.
perception checks. That was huge. That was a lot. That was a big trouble.
Hey, can I ask you a weird
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
When it's -1 to injuries, is that all checks, or is it
Yeah.
only strength?
All checks.
Yeah, cool.
2.
2 successes. 3 successes.
2.
Ferdinand looks around a room at a lot of wet garbage.
Smells like wet
Astrid.
dog. Wet cat.
Okay. The two of you note that there are 2 doors that lead out of this room.
Oh no.
Oh no!
One goes north, one goes west. But you look around the room, and you notice that there's pretty much everything in this room has been destroyed by the amount of water in here. But you notice a subtle but significant shift in the design of the room as stonework begins to replace metal in various areas. There are large carved tables made out of stone. Pipework leads into the ruins, and then there's areas where stone reliefs start to come out, and there's a distinct architectural shift towards leaning towards stone and away from the style of Dwemer Ruin you've come to expect.
Does this room seem stonier to you guys?
Can I go inspect some of the stones that have like popped out?
Mm-hmm. What would you like to look
Can
at?
I push them back in?
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
It's more like it looks like a Skyrim Dwemer Ruin instead of a Morrowind Dwemer Ruin.
Oh, right.
Gotcha.
It's like you're in some kind of historically extremely significant Dwemer Ruin that may exemplify a point at which two cultures either diverged or joined together. And different ideas.
Wow, as a Hari, it's pretty
Yeah.
deceptive to realize that, but okay.
Yeah.
There's two doors, one to the north, one to the...
And a disappointing lack of anything of interest in here that hasn't been completely
As a Hari,
destroyed.
it's just like, this place sucks. I hate this place. I want to leave. I'm done.
In a moment of just pure frustration, I would like to go to the north door and just kick it open.
As Hari's like, no, wait, my traps.
Your foot softly lifts up and kicks against the thing, and you're like, damn it. Because being underwater, when you can't like kick
like
it.
a little under waist deep. So like I'm talking
Chest
like chest high
Okay.
kick.
The
Like
door
Spartan kick this thing.
explodes into a lightning trap. No, the door pushes open. The door pushes open, and water starts to pour into this room, and it lowers the water level a little bit. But there's stairs that lead. So that you're in a corridor that rounds up, and there's stairs that lead up a floor, which conveniently takes you. By the time you get to the top of the stairs, you are out of the water.
So there are stairs there that lead out of the water.
Yeah, and then it turns to face the west as well. Sorry, and then there's a door.
This one goes up and that way anyway.
Oh,
I walk up.
okay.
I'm out of the water. I am over water.
So you
Yeah,
will
we'll
climb
all
out of the
head
water.
up and dry ourselves off a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
This time I look at the door before I start and
It
kick
is
it open.
a slightly more interesting door, this one. It's all Dwemer mechanism. It's like the first door you encountered. It's Dwemer mechanisms.
Okay.
Perception of 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it appear trapped?
You can't really tell if it's trapped. You can tell that there is a lever that you would pull to activate it and open it.
Do I see the lever or get any
Yeah,
hints as to
you
where
can see it.
Yeah.
It's like a mechanism. It's quite obvious.
Would you like to check the lever?
Yep. I'll lock the door.
Sure.
Checking for traps.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 4 successes.
You fiddle around with this lever and you look at it, and then you see that there are mechanisms in this that lead back to setting off the door,
No.
to open the door.
Oh.
And as you look at the handle, you see it's kind of like an old brake handle where you pull in one bit and then press it in, then pull it. And you realize that looking carefully at the mechanisms with your trap sense, that it actually has a point where it separates. And you realize that if you didn't know how to hold the handle and pull it all in at the, like you have to pull in the bottom but not the top, because there's a little crack between. So most people grab it with their hand and open it. That would set off a trap. But you realize you have to keep your index and middle finger forward and grab the bottom part of it to like separate the bottom and then pull it down. Otherwise you detonate some kind of trap.
Paid off, guys. Finally paid off. Always trap tracking. It's
But
paid off.
you recognize and you believe,
Right.
based on 4 successes, you look around and you actually see that in the walls there are all these what look like outlay valves
Oh, yeah.
and incredibly high pressure, like 400 degrees Celsius steam And if you had pulled it wrong, you would have just doused the whole party in a significant amount of like beyond scalding steam that would have given you severe burns.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I didn't just pull it.
Yeah.
There was the moment of like, I don't care anymore. and then there was like, okay,
maybe I
I'm
should
good
go.
now.
And then there
Let's
would
not
have
die.
been easy prey becomes sweet meat.
I will pull it correctly.
Okay, you pull it correctly. Mechanisms lock into place and pistons, kind of like the Gringotts Bank vault
I
door
love
from
it.
Harry Potter.
I
like,
love it.
all these things open, and then it slides into the walls.
Oh god.
And in front of you, there is a large room, and a Dwemer Spider Centurion stands on a platform, and in its little arms there is the last piece of something, and it turns almost to regard you, and then turns back and puts its arms forward, and you hear as it slots something into place.
Oh,
All
no.
of you make a perception
Oh
check.
god, it's gonna
If
be.
this is what I think it is,
I'm closing the door. Sorry guys, closing the door.
angry.
We're running. What'd you get?
3.
Cool.
You go. Nice.
4.
1, 2, 3.
6
4.
successes.
Damn. So
Okay.
perceptive.
So, you guys notice you're in a room, a large room. There's some weird tables. There's some weird machinery, more advanced and far more expensive looking than anything else you've seen in this place so far. The walls smell like money.
Well, money is metal. So
There's also gemstones on tables and various bits of wealth. You'd guess there's at least 20,000 drakes just in loose objects in this room. It is a veritable vault.
Maybe dungeon isn't so
treasure
stupid
vault.
after all.
As Zahari's eyes like dilate.
However,
Yep.
you all notice the odd-shaped lumps of metal, but the first person to catch their form is Azahari, who realizes as the spider pulls away from the neck of a massive steel construct, its shoulders suddenly start vibrating and steam. These pipes drop to the ground, and then its shoulders just like and drop, and its arms, and then you see it lifts one arm, and this massive ball like mace just extends forth and spins around and then retracts into the arm. It like bends its neck, other arm comes up, it loosens its hand and closes it, and then more pipes come out and
Okay. While it's
takes 3 steps into the room.
doing that, can I try to pull the lever back up to close the door?
Yeah.
Does
yeah.
it work?
Yeah, the door starts
Oh
to close.
heck yes! I pull it straight back up.
I have an idea. Hear me out.
What, while the door's closed?
No,
or
no,
what?
like I let you close the door,
Oh,
and
good.
then while it's closing, I said it. We open the door again, assuming it doesn't just open to let it out. We run back to the other door. We open it, let the shock trap go off while standing on the tables. Then, hopefully, the bear's on the other side. It fights the bear. We take winner.
Azahari likes this plan. She doesn't have a better one.
Does it just open for the...
You hear the
construct?
gears that had just shut just start to open again, wind
then
back the other way.
I
Sprint
start
out of
running
there.
the other way.
We all bolt.
Okay.
Good plan.
Now, here's an important part of this plan. Is the water level in the Great Hall below the table?
You've got no idea.
Well, we're running back to it.
I mean, you haven't got there yet.
I guess we'll find
so,
out.
You run down the staircase, and we're going to go to a chase sequence.
Do we still have Swift Swim on us?
Destiny rolling that. Do you have Swift Swim? Destiny roll? 3. Swift Swim has run out.
While we're running, I chug the potion.
That dice needs an
The mana
mysticism
potion.
or something.
What the heck?
Oh my god.
You are chasing 6 successes.
But it's
You're
slow!
kidding.
Is this endurance? Sorry.
You think it's slow. It was slow to get up.
Athletics.
It's now like doof, doof, doof. And its stride is like twice your stride, athletics.
Oh my god.
chasing 6
Athletics.
successes. I don't think
I can't
any of
do
us
it.
can match.
I can't do it.
All
Oh,
right.
I mean, we still want to know how far we can.
Yeah.
If you critical success, you can.
1, 2, 3.
Cool.
I'm going to be left behind, aren't I?
Can I reroll one?
Yeah, you can
Never
reroll them.
mind.
Yay.
2.
I don't have to outrun the Dwemer construct. I just have to outrun you two.
All right.
Three.
Astrid is the fastest. So
No,
you
we're
do.
tied.
Oh, you're tied. You do have a head start. You run, you sprint down the stairs, and what slows you is that you hit waist deep water and like start like wading through it. Your speed is diminished. Behind you, you round the corner and head back into the flooded room, and then that becomes as the cascading sound of water displacing in front of this construct just starts to flow behind it. And it seems unperturbed by the water as it whereas you guys are like struggling through. And by the time you reach that door, the broken door leading into this room, and dart your eyes back, the construct reaches forward, its free hand grabs around the ledge of the wall, leans in, its head looks towards you, and it starts striding. Just as you run down the corridor, there is a large crate in the semi-floating in the middle of the room, and the mace ball just goes out and just bats this crate across the room, and it smashes into the wall, making a massive clung. Rapidly catching up. It's caught up half the advantage you had already.
God.
All right, so you're now facing out into the Great Hall. You reach the Great Hall. The water is the same height. It's about breast height.
Is it above the table?
Yes. Because I do not know a single table in the world that stands up to your chest. So I'm going to say yes. For consistency's sake, water always levels at the same level. And I said chest height the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other important point is, so the table wasn't it wasn't like on a raised platform that made it more convenient. It was just like at the same
It's
level
just
as
a
the door.
big dining table. And there's like two of them like there's actually three like it's like two long vertical ones and then one at the head of the room.
Here's an interesting
The
question.
head of the room was a couple of steps up though. I described it as like 2 steps up, so that's a bit high.
Here's an important question that is running through Ferdinand's brain.
Mm-hmm.
If you are walking on water, will you be electrocuted if it gets electrified?
If you're touching it, yes. Water conduct electricity.
Yeah, but if you're standing on it, you're not the path of least resistance anymore. Because it would have to go up for no reason, is my thinking.
Yeah, the entire building is made of metal though. I don't know what that does to it.
That is also a point.
I'm going to say yes, but it would be lessened. But I'm also going to be nice and say that dining table at the head of the room that's 2 steps elevated is at the point where like literally water is lapping like half a centimeter from that top line of the table. So there is a flat bit of table that is just above water level.
But it's
But then-
nowhere near the door.
Nowhere near the
Yeah,
door.
like how are we gonna open the door?
I'm biting the bullet. I'm running for the door.
Okay.
You're running for the door.
Yeah, the front door.
Oh God! All right.
Should we declare or go into combat?
Could we jump up somehow and grab onto the banners that are like hanging from the ceiling?
Follow-up question. Are there any banners near the front door? Or are they all on the other side of the room?
No, they're all hanging down the whole room. There's like 8 of them.
I have an idea.
Well, you better have it fast.
Yeah, I'm running towards the front door.
Okay.
I would like
Make
to...
an athletics check.
Swimming.
Waiting.
yeah.
Chasing 2 successes.
What are you guys doing?
Beat that.
I think
No chance.
I think Ash and I have the same plan. Azahari goes straight for a banner and starts clawing her way up it.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Azahari, make a hands first. The first check will be a grip check. Challenge level 3.
Rip!
Yep. It's above your height. You have to
But I have
jump.
cat claws!
Yeah, you have to jump and grab it and then get up. All right, your legs are doing nothing in this. It's all hand strength.
Good thing I got that extra.
Are you gonna do the same
grip
thing?
point. Yeah, I'm gonna do the
Okay.
same thing.
What was it? 3?
3. Yeah, you managed.
My plan is slightly different.
Okay. Well, these two.
They've gone for a banner. I'm going for a door.
3 as well. So both Astrid and Azahari grab onto a banner and start to clamber up it. You're running towards the door.
Yes.
Okay, so
When would you like to hear my plan?
it's catching up to you, but it's got to decide which one of you it's paying attention to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
It's going straight for Astrid.
Oh God.
At least you got the shit. Do you want to hear my plan now?
Yeah, sure.
Just throw it.
Is there a
Yeah, can I
convenient
just,
banner
like-
that's like right over the door?
No. They are hung on either side of the room in rows, like a big entrance, like a big fancy chamber. There's no one like right in front of the door.
On either.
They're at least like several feet into the room from every wall.
Man.
In 2 rows running
I-
down the sides of the
Can
room.
I ask how are they?
One of them is burnt.
Yeah. Can I ask how they hung? Like, is there like a wooden structure up the top where everything?
It's a steel structure
Steel?
up the top.
Cool.
It looks very reliable.
That's great.
Because my plan was to grab a banner that was above the door, push off the wall, swing back, and just 2-foot kick into the door and open it and electrocute everything.
We could move a banner to do that.
I'm still running towards the door. I'm just working out how
All
I'm
right.
going to do this.
You run across and you reach the door
Levitate.
at about the same time it reaches Astrid. What are you planning?
Levitate.
You're going to cast Levitate on yourself?
Yes, it doesn't need to be
Okay.
strong. It doesn't need to be much. Levitate this far off the water.
Okay.
And
Challenge
push.
level 1. You
Yeah, you
very
make it.
much succeed and float above.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
Cool.
And then I would like to attempt to open this door.
Okay.
Is that a check now? Is it just open, or do we wait for this to attack?
You open the door.
And I'm floating above the water. Just
The main check is Astrid, and can you climb up outside its reach?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, because you had 1 turn advantage on it, I'm gonna get you to roll a destiny dice
Okay.
to see if you're in combat this turn. You're in combat this turn. So this is all happening simultaneously. Astrid, you're like half climbing up, the thing reaches you, swings its mace up towards you. What do you
Okay.
do?
Oh, I don't want to go back into the water.
You can just like try and
Yeah.
hang on and block or
Yeah,
something.
can I do that?
Yeah, so you're going defensive.
Yep.
Ferdinand will be opening the door. We'll do the combat first because then we'll
Okay.
have the results of this.
Full
So
defensive.
simultaneous. So
With my new shield.
this is so
Defense
stupid,
gives
and I
you
love it.
extra ability.
2 extra dice.
2 extra dice.
But
yeah.
you can't score victory levels.
Yeah.
That's fine. 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 2.
And then are you including the +1 for your axe?
I'm using my shield. I do have
Yeah,
a shield.
oh yeah, because you wouldn't have your axe in the other hand because the other hand is holding.
So could I use it? You know how you said I could use the point as armor?
Oh,
Or-
no,
That's
so that's
after
only
you
once
get
you've
hit.
used it.
Oh,
So
is that
because you're
after?
not
Okay.
wielding your axe, you actually only have base 5 combat +2 for defense. So you only have 7 dice.
She has a 7 dice before she gets her
I've got
axe.
7.
With an axe.
And that's.
Oh,
Oh, sorry,
okay.
yeah, that is
Shield
with her
Maiden
axe.
is the vocation. It's not a shield combat proficiency.
But she does have
So the
seven
axe isn't
dice.
being wielded. It's just
Touche.
yeah, fending it off with it. So you only have 7 dice.
Okay.
Plus the 2 for oh, is that
That is
include defense?
included.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oof. Oh.
1, 2,
1.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6 successes.
Ouch.
Hey, it's fine. You have a point of strength and 3
And you can,
points of armor.
yeah.
And you do have your strength back. Everyone who had
Yeah.
used strength previously.
So 1, 2, 3.
3. Okay, so it has a level 3 victory on you. Would you like to use your... So this is where you choose in stages. You can use your strength to reduce the victory level once per day. Armor is per combat. But if you use the strength now, it reduces to a victory level 2. If you don't, it's a victory level 3. And then you can reduce any damage if it chooses to do damage to you with your armor.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused.
So advantage to using strength is it removes its victory level. So if it wanted to trip you or disarm you or do anything
Right.
like that,
Okay.
it makes the higher ones like trip. It can't do them.
Okay.
The disadvantage to not using your strength and being like, oh, use my armor, is it might be like, I trip you. And then
Yeah.
it trips you because armor only reduces damage, but you still take, then you
okay,
have neg
gotcha.
4 off your next roll. So it's kind of just a bit of a choice as to which you want to use.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use strength then.
Okay, you're going to reduce it to level 2.
Yeah. Can I also use my shield, or is it like
That's-
an
That'll
one?
come next.
Okay.
That's armor with damage.
Okay.
So the mace swings up and bang crashes into you with a level 2 injury, and I'm guessing you're going to use 2 points of armor.
Yes.
Okay. So your shield is out. It hits the Dwemer shield, and there is a resounding clang. And you actually get pushed back on the tapestry, like 5 meters, and like start swinging pendulously from this tapestry. From these, it felt like a freight train hitting you. The door opens. There's a massive arc of electricity cascades out from the top of the thing. I'm gonna say, make a endurance check. Challenge level 2.
But I'm floating.
Yeah, you're very close. You did open the door. You were touching the door when it
3.
opened.
Yay.
You successfully avoid the electricity, which arcs across the room and seems to dissipate with distance. And it hits the Centurion. Oh, and water. Yeah, water starts to flow out of the room. And then this arc of lightning goes across the Centurion. And it is completely unaffected.
I thought that might happen. Oh.
What's the current like?
It is very resistant to electrical damage, shock damage.
What's the current like as it's moving out the door?
Moderate, flowing out the door.
Like carrying us moderate?
It would if you floated, but you can stand against it with ease. But it wouldn't carry you that fast. It would be like floating down a sort of a moderate stream.
I just keep defending myself.
All right, now
I
I'm going to
guess.
let you can attempt to climb up the thing
Oh
further.
yeah, can I do that? Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Make a athletics check now.
I would like to float through the door and go searching for the other kaiju.
Okay.
Could I do grip instead? No.
Grip is really.
Yeah.
You know what? In this instance of just freehand climbing, yeah, you can use grip instead.
Yay. All right.
Challenge level will be 3 again to keep climbing up.
Like to
3 successes. You actually climb up out of its reach as you climb,
Oh,
pulling
gosh.
up the tapestry.
Okay.
Can I use persuasion to try and wolf whistle call this bear,
Sure.
hoping it's
Make
in there?
persuasion.
I'm floating towards it, but I'm just trying to come hither. 1, 2.
1, 2. There's a whistle.
I'm panicking.
Was that the whistle?
No, sorry. It's,
Okay, there's a weak whistle as described. Azahari, what are you doing?
And same, climbing further
Make the
up.
check.
I'm gonna use acrobatics, so.
Okay, you climb. You like use the the silk like banner twirling method of like climbing. Just using acrobatics. So you're like doing that around the banner and like climbing up it. And the Centurion looks left, looks right, looks at you floating out of the room. It's under Astrid, who's climbing up. And then it reaches its hand up and grabs the bottom of the banner. And it is going to make a grip check. Challenge level 5.
Oh.
It
God.
makes
See
it.
me?
is it climbing the banner?
I was gonna rip it down.
Yeah.
It just tears the banner. Destiny roll at what point the banner tears.
I was going to say something about that.
18.
Is that good for it or good for us?
It's for you
Good for
guys.
us, right?
The banner rips off around your waist and you like grab onto the bottom, but it tears in the middle and then falls and cascades down into the water. And then the Centurion lets go of it, turns towards Azahari, and
Hey, I've killed mine half up.
you're climbing it. It's still reach. You can't reach your one anymore because it teared at the wrong point. For
What?
it.
I can't reach.
So it
Oh,
can't,
it
reach.
can't reach.
So
I can-
yeah,
I'm
it grabbed the
still hanging
bottom,
on.
tore it, and it wanted it to pull out of the roof, but it tore halfway down the banner, and now it can't reach you.
Okay.
You float out, and you keep floating. At some point, you hit the ground. Your bum hits the ground, like at the
and
bottom
then,
of the stairs.
And then I just start walking.
Yep.
and I would like to, like, just looking for this bear. I'm looking to be the
Man's
lure
just
for a
legging
kaiju,
it.
and I'm assuming, like, the water's rushing down, and, like, some of it's coming, but a lot of it's going down this drain at the bottom of these stairs.
The drain gets overwhelmed in about 10 seconds. No, for 2 seconds. It's like the first bit goes in, then just like stormwater drain full keeps going. It's not a very big outlet there.
Anyway, as I'm running, I like to say, I was like, I heard there was a little bearing bitch in here somewhere.
Okay, you run around the corner and I start opening the door to get back out.
We didn't close that door.
Oh, okay, so you're just running out through there. You
Looking for this bear.
Yep, you round the corner and start running out, but you don't quite get to where his lair was. And then Azahari.
So while he's trudging his way over, can I reach down and with my claws, like, score the silk so that what I'm
can't reach the
trying.
bottom of it.
Well, actually, what I'm trying to intend is I know he's going to grip it, but if it's got a weak point, that's where it'll rip.
Make a destiny roll. 15. You engage the fire magic and it starts to burn underneath you.
Cool.
And I'm going to say that will give him it'll basically give a destiny advantage to the next destiny roll.
Okay.
So I'll give it plus 5 to whatever result I roll on the next destiny. If
that
he
it
pulls
will,
down. So it'll be
right.
good for you. But if I roll like a 1 to a 5, it'll still be
It'll-
bad for
yeah.
you.
Okay.
Where it was going to be 50-50 before.
Sure.
Okay, so he grabs on. It was 8 dice.
Oh, come on, please.
But
Oh.
he grabs on. He's not strong enough. He's yanking it. He's yanking it.
Thank goodness.
For this turn. Next turn. Okay, you guys are still hanging on.
Yes.
I'm going to get you both to make endurance checks.
Gosh, dang it.
Challenge level 1 for now. It's only the first. You can't hang up there forever. Okay,
Thank-
Azahari, you succeed the first one. Astrid should be fine. Holy
She got one.
mackerel, you are just fine. You're both like just holding on. Ferdinand, destiny roll.
I was going to say if you wanted me to do that.
Ta-da.
I'm wondering if 1 is going to be like it's not there, or like, oh no, it's there.
It's right there, yeah.
13.
You round the corner. Make a perception check.
Challenge level
It was scaling as
Scale.
usual. 1.
1. I'm in a rush.
You rush, you look around the corner, and you glance around the room, and it's empty. Nothing there.
I call out again, hoping to lure this thing with just
Okay.
noise.
Give us to. What do you just say? What do you make? Make some noise for us.
Any bears out there? Some easy prey here for you.
Okay, back to you guys.
No persuasion?
He attempts to whip down the. No, it had an effect. You'll see. And this time,
2, 3,
He
4, 5, 6.
succeeds.
Yeah.
destiny roll.
What the heck? Okay. Do I get to roll anything to hang on?
I'm going to get you to make an acrobatics check. A 1 on the destiny for podcast
whoops.
listeners. The worst possible thing that could happen. A 3. Okay, so I'm going to say, using your deft skills, you are going to use the tapestry to avoid the damage from falling 20 foot onto a concrete floor. Basically, you're going to wrap up and let it slow down your descent. What happens with a 1 is probably the worst possible thing that could have happened.
Yeah, the whole thing was false, right?
Worse.
Yeah.
He grabs it, yanks. There is a sickening snapping sound of metal twisting and bending on the roof, and then this thing that was holding it in just explodes out. Rivets ping out of stonework, and it falls. As it falls, the weight of the metal at the top falls fast. You fall at a moderate speed, and it curls, and you roll and wrap, and this banner surrounds you as you're wrapping and falling in it like a parachute inverted on fire, because you'd set
yeah.
it on fire
yeah.
with your
That's all right.
tapestry. And you fall, and unfortunately don't hit a big cloud of water, because smack, it lands on top of one of those tabletops, and there's been lost the 1 foot of water has flown down the stairs. You're lucky you rolled 3 on acrobatics. You don't take any damage from the impact, but you are on the table,
Yeah.
wrapped
Yep.
prone, wrapped in this stuff, and it is on fire, so you need to get out of it.
Woohoo!
And Astrid sees that happen.
I throw my axe at the
Centurion. All right, make it
just to like
Yep.
try and distract it and give Azahari a chance to run away. Yeah. Is it 8?
Possibly.
3, 4, 6.
Yeah, I did give a +5 advantage, but critical fail is critical fail.
Had to happen.
Okay, cool.
We're rolling too lucky.
I didn't let you get hurt by it. That was
Yeah,
the advantage. That
that's
would have been very
fine.
painful otherwise.
4 plus 3.
Plus your throw. Your assist with throw. Forced assist.
One, two.
Okay, so it neg ones.
That's 3.
Your long throw whiffs off target. And
1, 2, 3.
it hits. It just hits. And it just hits this thing. But not blade, but actually hits head first. The throw was slightly off.
Yeah.
And just like the blunt of it, just poof into it and then just drops to the ground.
Yeah. I'm just trying to
It
distract it.
does turn towards you.
Okay.
Next turn. Who's got reflexes? Let's see who gets
I
the
do.
fastest
I have a
results.
point.
Okay. Azahari, what are you doing?
Trying to get out of that bundle as
All
fast as
right.
possible.
So I'm going to get you to make a...
Well, knowing being my cat-like reflexes, I just get my claws out and start trying to shred that.
So you want to start shredding it?
Yeah.
All right. Make a combat roll
Unarmed.
with your claws. Full combat roll.
Yep.
Challenge level 5. Because I know you got a lot of dice. And you're trying to basically cut to ribbons a giant tapestry that's surrounding you in one turn. Which you do.
Heck yeah!
You just like claw like a mad cat claws going psycho, and they're just like ribbons, like anime style ribbons of tapestry just blow into the air and then fall down around Azahari, and you're standing there or laying there on the table in the piles. Then we have Ferdinand
Standing there, panting, looking around.
from the bedroll. A man leans up out of the bedroll.
Oh my god.
What?
I see it's a bear.
No, it's a man.
Sorry, I see the band there.
Yeah.
I switch tactics immediately. Go from goading to pleading.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at him and go, you.
I am not you. My name is not you.
Did we get the name in the... Was there a name?
No,
Jane
he,
in the
he
diary,
didn't
or-
write his own name in his diary. He
Yeah.
didn't say, "Dear diary, I, Yonifer."
There's his name on it somewhere.
You want a chance at a real life again?
surely.
Help me and my friends. Kick some dwarven robot in the ass.
Destiny. Destiny roll.
Destiny or persuasion?
This one's Destiny for something. I'll let you persuade him, but this is Destiny. A 9.
9. Just on the bad side.
Oh! Why are you disproving of my life? And he looks around. Make a persuasion. You said live a better life.
Yeah.
Cool.
Challenge level?
It's a resisted perception. He's a hunter. You can have 6. Fucking 5.
Oh.
One, 2, 3.
You come into my home and start insulting me. Okay, back to you guys. So, it's distracted looking at you.
Azahari is free.
It bends down and picks up your axe.
Oh no. Okay.
And then it's probably going to throw it at you. Throw it back at you. Return to sender.
Is there any of the tapestry that's like kind of like squarish? If I were to
literal
jump,
ribbons.
okay,
Thanks to your amazing thing, it's just chunks of
Okay.
tapestry, and what isn't is wet, or what isn't is on fire.
okay, and there's no other type of cloth anywhere
No.
that I can see. All right, I run over to another banner, or swayed myself over to another banner,
Yep.
and
Alright.
try to grab it.
Make a grip check. Challenge level 3.
Which is banner hopping now.
Yeah. You're distracting it for a while.
I was I'm tempted to put something over its face, but I need something first.
2. You scrabble up and can't lift yourself this turn.
Yep.
So it is not as effective with an axe as it's untrained. But your axe is +1 dice, I believe. Is that correct? Your axe
Yeah.
is a +1.
1, 2,
Oh
3.
my
He is
God.
rolling high.
5. And then
Jeez.
he has to assist with throw as well. Base 3, strength. And then 1 in throw. He's pretty much a big strength machine, and that's about it.
1, 2.
-1. So what do I get? 5 successes?
Yes.
So that becomes 4 successes. Make your defense roll. So you get your
I'm
7
full
dice.
defense, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 7. Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh,
5 successes. You deflect your own axe with the Dwemer shield and smack it across the room. There's a
How
splash
dare
as it
he.
lands in the water.
How dare he try and kill me with my own axe?
Does it happen to land anywhere near me?
Yeah, but in the water, off to the side, splashes into the like near your table.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. We're in a panic. This is your home. I just like this bit. We want this bit, and we're willing to share it with you if you help us clean it out. Please, I beg of you, my friends and I need your help.
Why?
So otherwise we're gonna die, and then it's coming for you.
Why don't you just close the door?
Because it opens for them.
Oh. Well, from what I know, and I know a bit. He doesn't know a bit. The dwarven robots only defend their place. They don't leave it.
Well, would you like a cut of the,
What good
Riches?
is money when no one will let you into town to spend it?
would you like a place where people don't mind you?
I don't think that is wise. Sometimes, you see, I turn into a
A bear.
bear and kill everyone around me.
Well, we could use that at the moment.
Yes, but you see, I can't just turn it on and off like a switch. I can't perform on demand, you know.
He gets performance anxiety.
Would it help if I hit you? Just, no offense, but would it help?
Well, it might help, but then I would turn into a bear and I would kill you.
This guy's amazing.
Worth the risk at the moment.
Okay? You're gonna go up and hit him?
I'm gonna go up and, like, offer my hand to him.
He gets up out of bed. He's wearing a butter loincloth, and that is it.
Oof.
And
I don't-
he's a very muscled but hairy man. Like, he's got that big, thick chest hair, but a lot of like
Go on.
broad, a bit of a belly, but it's like that firm belly of like real like weightlifter, powerlifter style. So and he's got like a very broad like fridge solo, but hairy and masculine.
I extend my hand for him to, like, sort of, like, come with me. And it's like, seriously, you help us, I will find something for you.
I don't.
As a reward.
I told you I don't. I can't. It's not just something I can do. What do you expect from me? It's daytime.
I just... At this point, I just grab him and would like to try and drag him. It's like, we'll work that out later. One step at a time.
Make a grip check.
Not persuasion?
Yeah, like
Well,
20.
no, this is to pull him.
I'd like to hold on. 3, it's a number.
Oh.
I'm impatient.
It's like trying to pull a statue to follow you.
fridge,
He
you
just
would
doesn't
say.
move. He
Alright.
literally just doesn't move as you yank his hand, and he just is like a still
What are you
statue.
doing?
See, you don't even have to be the bear to help us. This will do.
I'm not sure I want to help you.
Why not?
Because I don't think there's much in it for me, and I would risk myself for you.
What would you like out of it? What do you want?
If you could cure my curse, I would help you.
I swear on every Daedra, Aedra, and god out there that I will spend the rest of my life looking for a cure.
Make a persuasion check.
Damn.
This is just
And
gonna
I'm
be
not
challenge-
lying.
This is going to be challenge level 3. I'm not going to defend. This is just a little challenge level.
You got it.
Still.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not lying. I am being genuine. I am giving my word.
Okay, I will help you on one condition.
Yes?
I also would like you to introduce me to some women.
2 birds with 1 stone! I know a
Okay,
beautiful Nord.
fine. And he leans down and he just drags up this 2-handed Nordic great axe off the ground and slings it over his shoulder
yeah.
and just starts walking behind you.
And then I lead him, like, I'm rushing, and then, like, I notice he's not, so I'm doing that thing where I'm like,
Classic Morrowind.
Yeah, your travel speed is faster than his.
You wait like half a day and then round the corner.
Meanwhile, that was probably a couple of turns worth of time. What are you guys doing? Endurance check for Astrid, first of all, as you
okay.
cling to your thing. Azahari, think about it. What you doing? You're fine.
Oh,
I was going to say challenge level 2 now, and you got 2.
I either want to go for the axe or I want to climb the thing. Azahari's pretty selfish. I think she's going to try and go.
Go grip check again, challenge level 3. You once again fail to. The construct marches
Towards me or towards?
towards you.
Oh, it turned around. Okay.
And just as you scrabble and look down, it's standing right next to you.
Hi.
Next turn, what are you doing?
Running.
Running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
Because even if I gripped, he would go for a swing, right? Even if
you
I
don't
got...
know.
Yeah, run. Well,
Okay.
yep.
What are you doing, Astrid?
God. I'm gonna. God, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna jump down.
Oh, you're going to drop down?
Ugh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hang there. And,
He doesn't swing at you. He leans down into the water, pulls an
grab
axe,
the axe.
and throws
No,
it at
my
Astrid
axe. I just.
again. 5 successes, and then his assist with throw, that old forced assist. 4 successes. So that
Oh my
is
God.
6.
so the way I think I've been running it is that it doesn't give an additional success. It can only make it worse. Because throwing your melee weapon that isn't designed for being thrown isn't going to magically make it do more damage, and you're not
Right.
typically allowed to assist in combat. So I'm basically doing that. If they hit 3 or higher, they hit their mark fine. If they get less than, it subtracts from success.
Okay.
So it just gets the 5 successes. So you roll your 7 dice defense roll.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
3. And you've used your strength, so it's a level 2 victory against you.
Okay. I got 1 armor.
Does the
left.
strength not replenish? Isn't that the whole point
Strength-
No,
of
strength is daily.
Shield?
Strength
Daily,
doesn't.
is it?
Oh, it's armor that's the
So you have
shield.
1 armor. So, but it doesn't choose to do damage to you. It's the axe smashes, like
Oh, the
throws
banner.
across against and smashes into you. But it doesn't go. You try and bring your shield up in time, but it doesn't hit it. Actually hits you right on the wrist where your bracer is,
Yeah.
and the armor does take the bulk of the hit, but just bang, and in that judder your hands release and you're staggered. But staggered with that, I'm gonna get you can make a grip check, but it's gonna be challenge level 5 with 1 hand to not fall.
That's okay. I was gonna jump down anyway.
Yeah.
So you drop from this thing, and falling without being chosen, I'm gonna get you to roll a destiny dice.
Okay.
A 3. Your back hits hard on the table. And I'm going to let you choose. You can use your last point of armor, or you can take a minor injury.
I'll use my last point of armor.
Something crack. You hit the back and there's the sound of and you're just jolted entirely. And then you like lean up. And there's a splash next to you, a few meters away, where the axe falls, but you don't quite know where. You're running. You're on the ground now. Centurion starts walking towards you. About now, you're rounding the bottom of the stairs where there's water flowing down and starting to walk up it. The guy's halfway down the corridor. Do you say anything?
It'd be nice if you could hurry, and then I'm not waiting anymore. I am charging into the
Charging
room.
up. Hey man, I just woke up.
Fair enough. That's why I said it would be nice if you could hurry.
So you stride up the stairs.
I sprint up.
Sprint?
No, I do not stride. Is water still running down the
Yeah,
stairs?
yeah, a lot of it.
I stride up the stairs
Yeah.
and then run.
Cool. You get to the top of the stairs about the same time as the Centurion reaches you, but you have stood up.
Okay.
Why didn't I pick combat magic?
What next?
So we're at...
You're just running away, right?
I want to run for her axe.
Okay, you run for her axe. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
What you doing?
I'm just going to fight it.
Actually,
I guess.
you and him, now that you're fighting, you roll off
Yeah.
because it hasn't rolled. It's got no reflexes. It rolls a 1. You've got no reflexes.
No.
Oh,
She's
you've got
got
1.
one.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you declare after it.
Okay.
It just bears down on you and swings its mace towards you.
Okay.
And now what are you going to do? What's your action? Now you have a spare axe, I believe. You have
Yeah,
your
I do.
regular axe,
I've got my silver axe.
which
Oh,
you've thrown.
I
assume.
assume I've been throwing my other axe.
Okay, so you've got your silver
And I've
axe.
just kept my silver
Yeah,
one.
sick. No worries.
Yeah, just attack it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I just attack it.
You're gonna go full combat. It goes full combat. Next turn, you both will arrive on the scene. So you're just you get to the top of the stairs and see this happen. Okay. Swing to win time. I didn't expect you'd go get the bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
You can't set up an opportunity for a kaiju battle.
Now you have a choice.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't get to use your armor, so you still have 1 armor, so you don't have the choice. It's fine. You have 1 armor left, just in case.
I still have 1 armor.
Yep.
Yep.
You can't give us an opportunity for a kaiju battle and expect
5
it
on 5.
not to happen.
You pull the Dwemer shield up just in time as Dwemer Steel and Dwemer Steel smashes into each other, and there's a resounding clang across the room. And you like slide back a couple of inches under the force of this massive construct. Cool.
I
Next
call
turn.
out help.
I rummage for her axe.
Okay. Make a perception check.
So
Challenge
I
number
should
2.
roll off with the Centurion? I have no reflexes?
Yes.
You
You find it and grab it.
Cool.
3.
Oh.
You're slower. So Ferdinand declares first.
I would like to charge.
Okay. I'm going to roll a perception check for this thing.
Ooh, sorry.
Oh, wait. No, perception's reflexes now. My bad.
What was it before?
Everything.
Yeah.
With a 2, it notices. It doesn't. In lieu of it bracing because you're coming from behind, instead, what I'm going to get it to do, because that feels too strong, is it pulls back into the side to a point where you're both in its 180-degree line of sight. So it's just going to roll a regular round of combat. In fact, it's going to take a risk. It swings its arm out, and the mace actually extends on a piston, and then just starts spinning, and you're not entirely sure what it's going to do.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Because just for meta things, also your maps turn to face me. I'm trying not to
Ah,
look
it's
at it.
fine. It's not going to be relevant anymore.
Because the thing in Conan is you can try to injure 2 people attacking you at once, but you split your dice pool, don't you?
No, you reduce your amount of dice to
Okay.
do damage to
I'm getting
multiple
confused with
people.
Shadowrun then.
Cool.
So I should roll, and it's a +1 for charging.
So what's Azahari doing?
While he's focused on what I assume he's focused on Astrid.
You did use your armor when you were falling. Okay, so the choice you have...
Oh, yeah, because I landed. Yeah.
The
yeah.
choice you have
Okay.
now every round
Yeah.
is you can get 1 armor for the round,
Yeah.
but you reduce a dice out of your dice pool, or you can roll your full combat dice, but you have no armor for that round.
Yeah, okay.
Every turn you can choose.
Every turn. Okay.
I would kind of want to, depending how it works, if the table is sort of near him, I kind of want to sneak up behind him leap onto his back, shove the axe into him. Is
Cool.
my
So where he's currently standing is facing you all. If you want to spend the turn, I'll get you to make
Running
a
around his
stealth
back.
check,
Yep.
and then you can potentially get behind him.
That would be great.
Very Persona 5. Distract him while I go and do the
You'll
thing.
never see me.
All right. So he'll roll his perception against you. It was 5, I think. 3 successes
My
against your
perception?
stealth. This
Am I
is separate
stealth?
to combat. Yep.
1,
You
2, 3,
you
4.
duck low beneath the tables through the water and disappear out of sight for this turn.
Great.
You guys, combat time.
And I get a +1 from charging, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, wait, that's actually 1 more dice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 successes.
Nice.
Astrid,
Do I have to?
you have your axe now, so you get all your dice.
I've
So you
still
have
got my
7
axe.
dice. Is that right?
I've got 8 dice with my axe.
Yep. So you got your 8 dice now.
But do I have to declare whether I
Yes.
do it
Before
now?
you roll.
All right. I'm gonna use 1 armor and take 1 dice out.
Oh yeah. So you have
that
armor
makes
for this turn. Yep.
Yeah.
So you keep your shield heavy and strong, even though it's heavy.
Yeah.
They do have a shield advantage. All right. So
Yeah.
you roll. You got 4 successes.
Yeah.
Let's see what you get.
Oh, keep going.
That counts.
Yep, totally counts.
I'll let it. So 2 successes. So, and at this point, what is revealed to be happening is the Dwemer Centurion spins a full 180 arc with its spinning mace,
Oh
like
my
this
God.
massive sweeping blow against both of you. So yes, exactly what you were talking about is what it chose to do. It subtracted 2 dice from its dice pool to ensure that it could, if it gets high enough victory levels, deal damage to both of you. So it reduced its total dice to attempt to hurt both of you. So, I'll re-roll that. So it can get victory levels against both, and it gets 5. So it gets a level 1 against you and a level 3 victory level against you.
I will reduce it with strength.
Cool. So it doesn't get a victory level. You parry the blade just and hold it back. Astrid. It
So
holds no quarter against you with this attack, and the mace just smashes into your shield, and you take a level 3 injury, which you can reduce by 1 with your armor.
yeah, I do that.
All right.
So
Boom.
I've got 2.
Negative. Yeah, you now have a level 2 injury.
Yay.
Round. The bear guy stands in the corner and he goes, "Oh, that is a big boy, isn't it?" And then he just starts walking towards it at a casual pace, hefting his axe, cracking his neck.
I declare first.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to gather some green energy in my offhand
Mm-hmm.
and attempt to paralyze this.
Okay.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey.
Nice.
Destiny point.
6 successes.
Yes.
Nice. Oof.
Because if I pull this off, this could be.
Yeah. Whiff it. Whiff it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You're kidding.
Your spell just goes, and you actually see this like of magic, and it seems like there are like sinks in this thing. It just goes and like absorbs the magic and dissipates it.
Oh my god.
That was a huge roll by it. Unfortunately, being a purely strength like combatant, its endurance check was very high. And with your magic casting over it, you are now aware that this is probably one of the most magically immune things you've ever come across. It has basically like 80% resistance to all kinds of magic.
That's like
Hooray.
not quite twice what I've got, but
Yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah.
Who's next?
Well, now it's you two. So you're going to only get your base combat roll. You can have your sword. So you can't get victory levels, but this will be for defense because
Yeah.
you used magic this turn. It hasn't declared though. So you actually acted before everyone's declaration step. So
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Now going up behind it, jumping off.
It has no idea you're there, so that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. So.
Just charging
Finding-
it from behind.
Yeah, trying to get up on its back and then shove the axe in. It's basically what I want to do.
So you're going to fight with the axe.
I'm.
Its combat roll is based on what weapon you're using.
That's fine, because last time I fought something, my claws didn't penetrate it. Do I think that you know what? I'm just going to jump onto its back. I'll work the rest out later.
Okay, so are you charging it for a combat roll?
Yeah, I guess if that's how it would work.
That is how it would work.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that.
Okay. Now, Astrid, what are you doing?
Could I, if I choose
Oh,
to...
it has to declare first. It thinks it has the advantage. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to do another like swing. The thing, it swung 180 degrees and then it's still out and spinning and now it swings back the other way across the both of you.
If I choose to run,
Yep.
what would I have to roll and what would I have to do?
You would just basically have to disengage from combat. This turn you do have the reflexes. Basically an athletics check to get away from it.
Okay, I'm not very good.
If you succeed, you'll get away from it and not get hit. If you fail, you'll get hit, but you'll be away from it as well. Like it gets you as you're running, basically.
What would I need to get?
It'll be opposed, and it's got pretty high athletics.
Okay.
You could go full defense and get the +2.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay, so full defensive.
Yeah.
It is going to roll its full dice against the both of you. Well, it's 8 dice, not its full dice. Oh my god.
What the heck?
6 successes.
Oh. So
you
First
get
the
7
water, now
dice
this.
and
8.
8 dice.
what do I get? 7.
7
But I'm
plus
gonna...
your axe. Oh yeah, you're using the shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So
So
7 dice.
And
7.
+2 for full defense if that's what you were doing.
Yeah. So you get 9 dice.
Do I?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't hurt it.
2. What did it get?
6.
Oh, I'm gonna hurt.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Yay.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
5. You get it. It gets level 1 victory. So it's coming back the other way now.
Is it going? What's the other?
I'm gonna. Do I want to murder my players? I really hate killing people. Damn it! That tells me nothing. You know what?
Wait another turn. See
Where
what
is your
happens.
notorious terrible roll?
I'm sorry, but in this situation, it is an unthinking, unfeeling automaton. It cares not for mercy.
Yeah.
The backswing hits Ferdinand and just catches you in the chest. Do you have armor? How much armor do you have? 1. You reduce it to a level 3 injury. The spikes on the mace, it's like a big mace ball, but it's got little spikes on it. One of them just straight through your armor in your chest and cracks your sternum.
Oh.
And you literally feel your sternum crack and your
Ouch.
rib cage break as this thing hits. And then as you get like propelled on this thing and swung across towards Azahari, it's spinning and you can feel like, and you like pull on this thing and spin and like fly off it and you smash into Astrid. Astrid, you take a level 1 injury, but you have your armor.
Got my 1
The
armor.
Dwemer shield becomes the rock and hard place that Ferdinand is just like
no.
bang, and then and like there's the sound of ribs cracking further, and you cough a burst of blood out of your mouth as your lungs are pierced by one of your punctured lung from a
Yuck.
rib, and then the mace just retracts into its arm. And Ferdinand in the jutted thing just slips and drops to your knees. Now, you're not prone because it didn't do that result to you. So you can like get back up, but you're just like, ugh, and blood's pouring out of your mouth. It's the worst you've ever been injured in your life, I think.
Significantly, yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, okay.
Well, that looked painful. My turn! And the guy like actually hefts and starts to run into combat now.
Oh, thank
And
God.
then I think it's Azahari trying to climb it.
Yeah, Azahari, you now get to make your combat roll.
Yay, unarmed combat.
Plus 4 dice, because you are flanking.
Oh, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Can I have a blue dice, please? There's 2. Is it enough?
You completely got it by surprise.
So it got 5?
6 successes.
6. So if you... no, it's got 3 string. You'd have to get like 20s. I don't know.
Yay.
Level 5. 1, 2,
Holy
3.
shoot!
Yay! Almost a critical
10.
success.
So that's a level 4.
9.
1, 2, 3,
To be
4,
honest,
5,
two.
6,
10.
7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10.
10.
That's a level 4 victory.
So
So you get a level 4 victory on it.
my
Go
plan
as
was to dismember it. So basically get my claws into the little intricate parts in its neck and try and pull some of those wires out.
Okay.
Was my plan.
So your claws go straight in. You get it straight in the weak spot. You grab some cables, and then as you're in that vulnerable point and you're about to pull out, its head just goes and just retracts into its neck, and like your fingers almost get broken by the effort of it as it reduces your level 4 victory to a level 1 victory using its strength. And it just goes and flinches into itself. It's used its 3 points of strength. You have a level 1 victory.
Great.
Which,
Minor injury, I guess.
so you're going for minor injury?
Yeah, I'm going to enter close combat with it.
Your claws scrape down across the back of its armor, taking a few chips and flecks of armor with it as it reduces that using its armor.
Cool. And then I just drop back to... Oh, can I stay on it, or is it... That's not going to work.
Make a grip check. It's pretty big, so challenge level's only 2. I know that seemed disheartening. You used its strength and 1 point of its armor in a single attack against like a boss monster.
I stay on.
You stay on. Azahari is on its back.
Can I do like a ratatouille and like try and like...
See what happens.
And
I'm just
is
picturing
that
it trying to
everything?
like hit
That's
itself
that
in the
turn.
head with you on it.
Next turn,
Sucker.
declaration.
I heft up my sword.
You wipe the blood off your mouth.
Wipe the blood from my mouth. Free hand clutching the gaping hole and go,
Luckily, it's not deep. It's only about that pushed in.
about time I did something cool with my life. And I go back in.
Okay, nice. All right, so will we declaration phase? The Centurion takes 3 steps back. It's still a swirl of combat. And it's got you, the Bear Man, and Astrid all in its vision. Backs off. The mace is retracted. Its upper torso just spins 360 degrees, and Azahara is like, wow! And then its hand goes back onto its back.
Oh, dang it.
And it is going to attack Azahari with all its dice. It has a dice pool of 10, which means it can fight 5 people simultaneously. But it is now not hurting all of you. It can only score victory levels against Azahari.
Do we get flanking?
No, because
No.
none of you are flanking it.
But Azahari, because Azahari is taking all its attention and it's...
It's not flanked.
Damn. All right.
I'll give
Fit to plan.
Azahari a +2 dice because she's out of its field of vision, but it is aware of all of you, and its combat roll allows you to be aware of all of it. And because of its specific motions, it is currently got you in its field of view. You can flank it; it's not impossible to flank, but for this moment, you've just got up off the ground. You've just been battered, and this
Yeah.
guy's just entered the fray. So for this turn,
Yeah.
not flanked. So we doing rolls? Do you want to know what's happening to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well I've
Well, I
got
have
good
to
news for
declare
you.
what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
What's the plus you gave me?
Bearman charges.
Sorry, what's the plus you gave me?
You have +2 dice.
Yeah, I'll just go again.
Cool.
Yep. So if he wants to roll. Or
And what are you doing, Astrid?
I'm gonna charge.
Charge in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it far enough away that I... Oh, no, because it moved back after I declared, so I couldn't charge it because it wasn't far enough, was it?
It's only... it just took like 3 steps. It's still... You're all in melee combat with it. In fact, yeah, Astrid, you probably can't charge because you're not...
okay.
It only took... It's just like readjusting its thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But Bearman was far enough away.
Yeah, Bearman was just halfway from the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again.
That's not Bear Man, is it?
No, that was the Centurion.
Damn it.
my attack, my unarmed combat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, you rolled hot. You got 6.
Oh, great.
You tied it. All right, Astrid. Ferdinand, you can't
So-
succeed.
I can try and look not shit. 1, 2, 3,
You
4.
do.
I do a
You
decent effort.
definitely go in and it deflects you with its mace. Astrid.
So would that 6 that it rolled affect me as well?
It's its defensive roll, but this is where the
Okay.
shield is awesome because I had to declare first because it's slower than you. So you know it can't hurt you with this attack because I
Okay.
didn't declare that. So you
Right.
can be like, I won't use the shield this turn, and
Full
you can
strength,
keep
yeah.
your
I
strength.
won't use my shield this turn.
Yeah,
Yay.
Dwemer's shield is where it's
So-
at.
It's 8 is my normal roll.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh,
5 successes.
darn it.
Cool.
And
And does Bear Man?
the bear dude.
Come on, bear man.
4 dice.
Yeah.
Is that including the axe? Yes. +2 for the big axe.
Does he get any bonuses?
Yeah, 1 + 1 for charging.
+1 for charging.
Yeah, you said he was charging.
Yep.
That's a decent number of dice.
It's
1,
not a very good roll.
2, 3, 4,
5. He runs in and swings, and his axe just goes tonk into this armor. And you realize that while he's strong for a regular man, he wields the axe with distinct lack of skill. Like, it's not something he usually does. Like, it might be for chopping wood. It seems like he might need to be a bear to be terrifying in combat.
Yeah.
Does his... What does his axe look like?
It's like
Sorry.
a big two-handed wood chopping axe.
It'd
now that you get a
be
good look
better
at it.
than Astrid's one-handed axe, yeah.
Well, it's a... No, it's not a war axe. It'd be better for chopping wood.
I think it's not quite classified as like a.
It
two-handed-
is. He gets 2 dice for it. It is
Oh,
a large weapon.
So that's what.
More dice, but it's one. It's two-handed, not one-handed.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yep. Cool.
Okay.
Great.
Declaration phase. Ferdinand.
Full defense, stepping back out of its range because it might not have gone after me that turn. I tried what I could.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, I'm more likely to be a hindrance than a help.
Okay.
So full defense and just using my movement to back away.
It is slowly backing up, but staying in combat, and it's still trying to get Azahari. So it's going to declare all its attention on Azahari.
Okay.
Okay, just regular combat.
Yeah.
All right, I've got.
I'm gonna. Yeah, just regular.
It's declared that it's
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
It
fighting
won't
you.
It's
attack
fine.
you this turn.
I have the dice, so Bearman, without the charge bonus, he gets 5
Hey,
successes.
Okay.
At least he's consistent.
Yeah.
The bloody robot's been consistent. Like, jeez.
Yeah, it could stand to be a little worse.
Oh,
6 successes again for the robot.
really? That's
Where is
Bloody
your
robot.
famous boss dice?
Yeah,
I
my famous
know.
boss dice have gone. Okay, 6 successes. Let's go, guys. Let's start picking up the pace of these rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. You go. Yeah.
roll.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Do I get the bonus or not anymore?
For being behind it. Yeah, you have a continual +2 dice for being behind it.
Oh, kidding me.
You got 6 successes
Great.
again.
Okay.
Cool.
And I'm just doing full defense and backing away, so I don't need
Yep,
to roll.
don't need to roll. So it's another round of moot point, except next turn, things have changed slightly. As it's taken a few more, it's been backing up. Azahari, perception check.
Yeah.
Challenge level 2. It is about to back you
Into a wall?
directly into a wall.
Yeah. I already knew that. I didn't need a perception check.
So,
I'm going to drop from its
You're
back.
going to jump off
then.
its back? Okay.
Acrobatic?
No, you can just jump
Oh,
off.
okay.
Jumping off something is easy.
Cool.
and-
Jump off and run back to the group.
Okay, the 4 of you meet up and are facing off against
You've
this
still got my axe,
creature.
yeah?
There you go.
Thanks.
Back
Tough.
up against the wall.
All right.
Declaration. It like looks amongst the group.
Is there anything above it?
No.
Is it?
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Destiny 1 to 5 Ferdinand, because it'll just kill him. It's only gonna attack one of you.
Okay.
Who's the next most hurt?
I would like
Astrid, because you used all your armor and stuff.
2, yeah.
Okay, so Astrid's next, then
5 to 10.
Me.
and then Azahari, and the best results is 16 to 20 is the bear man.
to. Regardless, I declare I'm bracing first.
That's
Azahari.
me.
Azahari,
Yeah,
he's
fair enough.
mad at you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sort of like I'm gonna keep going back and like holding my sword out in case it just decides to go steamroll and just bum rush
Yep.
us. So I'm like holding my guts in, but I want to also keep backing away far enough to the. If I see an opening, I have the space to charge.
Okay. So you're kind of pulling out of combat a little bit, but you full defense?
Full defense.
I'm too close to charge it, am I?
Yeah, you're all
Okay.
still within range of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack it.
Cool.
With 1 armor.
You're using the shield?
I'm going to keep running and make it chase me.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, it's going after Azahari, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
going
it's
after
going-
Oh,
me.
no, then I'm just not gonna use my.
All right, so you're going to have to make an opposed athletics check if you want to get away from it.
Athletics.
Yep.
Can I do a cool flip and make it acrobatic?
No, because you're in waist deep
Yeah,
water.
that's cool.
Is it still waist deep?
It's like knee deep now.
You got 2?
It only got
No,
3
3
successes on a lot of dice, so you
That's-
might be able to get away. You got
I
3
do.
No, you match it.
Oh, I match,
so that's a
sorry.
re-roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Did you just get almost all successes?
Yeah, it got a lot of successes.
What
All
is
right,
this
so you attempt to
boss?
dash away, but the water is slowing you down. You're still in combat. So, combat roll. I'm going to roll it. All against Azahari. You probably should have punched the... 3. It only got 3. It only got 3.
Go,
It only got
Azahari.
3. Math had to happen eventually.
Yeah, no, you just like reverse Will Wheatoned us.
Basic unarmed combat. Attack.
1, 2,
3. Parody with you this whole time. And you
Not
guys,
again.
yeah,
It's all right.
Astrid,
It's fair enough. I
Fair
can't
dude.
damage it anyway.
1,
Bearded
2,
gets a level
3.
1 victory.
Thank God, finally.
Yep.
Do it.
1,
Hey.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we
6. Hey,
go.
you get a level 3 victory. All right.
What happened?
What are you doing?
You can knock it prone or do a level 3 injury to it. It has no armor.
It's used 1 armor.
It's used.
What? Knocking it level 3 victory. It gives it -4 for 1 round.
-4 dice.
For 1 round, and it can't armor it, but you can try for a permanent -3 or a -4 for 1 round.
So, if I use the trip or the prone.
Trip. Prone is -2. Yeah, you wouldn't use prone over trip. You can. Yeah, the trip is a -4 for 1 round.
And it can't use armor in that round. Is
It
that what
can't.
you're
It can't use
saying?
armor
No,
to
it can.
reduce.
It can't
To
reduce
reduce.
the trip. The trip will always work, but armor can be used after it. It doesn't make its armor go away.
Let's do that. I've never done that before.
Okay.
I've always done injury.
So, old mate swings in with his axe and it chips another little bit of armor off. And then you swing your axe directly into the knee joint and it just buckles at the knee and drops to 1 knee. Next round.
Next round.
I see my
We're all just
opening.
gonna
Am I
attack it.
sufficiently?
Combat.
Am I sufficiently far enough away to charge?
No. Just
I didn't get far enough away to charge with 2 turns of backing away.
okay. You can all the way.
Come
you can
on.
have a charge.
Alright, let's do it.
Come
It
on.
braces against you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right.
Roll those dice.
Okay. You charge aggressively at it. Go for it. Make your roll.
Well, everyone else has to declare first, though.
Oh, they're attacking.
attacking.
We're fast.
Yeah, attacking.
We're fast.
Yep.
1, 2,
3
3.
successes.
So it's currently got 2 on me already.
2 automatic wins against you.
Yep. Can it brace while it's full? While it's
Yeah,
fallen
you can
over?
always brace. It's a choice. But it only affects just you. It gets 3 successes.
Okay. It's alright. We can do that.
Okay. It's fine.
So that's
Level 3 against you?
no level 2.
Level 2, and you got nothing left.
No, I'm just trying to work it. What's dead again?
So, I'll explain that to you because it's about to happen.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
you guys make your attack rolls.
You go first.
Because this is all going to happen at once.
So I need
Bearman attacked, he did 1 armor last round.
Worth it.
1,
3, so you bounce off each other. All on Azahari. And Bearman,
Come on, baby.
Yeah, come on, Bearman.
And it got that with a
I
negative.
rolled
4.
3.
So it got that with a negative. 4.
Bearman also is. Azahari got 1.
God. I should have just injured it.
No, because it probably would have reduced it.
Azahari got 1 success.
How did we all roll?
Everyone rolled awfully.
I rolled the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. You all run in as it's down on one knee, and like you start smacking your weapons in, and right before you swing, there's a of steam, hot steam just bursts at you, and you all kind of like flinch in the last moment, and it throws everyone's attack off. Everyone just underperforms in that round, except for Ferdinand, who had fire in his eyes and hope to redeem himself. You charge forth, and this thing, locking eyes with you, charging aggressively towards it. As you reach it, its arm just lifts, and the mace thing just goes, and like a piston just shoots out towards you and just...
No! Easy break!
And you take a level 2 injury. Make an endurance check. Challenge level for endurance check.
I assume this is including all of the penalties?
This one is not.
Oh.
What's your highest level of injury? Is a level 3 injury?
Level 3 injury.
Level 3 is the skill, is the challenge level.
So I have to beat
You have to beat 3.
You do.
You
Yeah.
match 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, you remain conscious this turn. You are aware that your head is spinning. You're like, and you're in a foot and a half of water.
No.
You feel like the blood draining from your head, like you're going to fall unconscious inevitably. You might pass a few turns. You don't know. There are things that aren't a foot underwater, like tables and chairs and things like that.
Full defense, which... And stumbling just towards the table so that I can
Pass out and not drown.
pass out and hopefully be saved.
Okay.
I tried.
Rest of you, fight.
Yeah, let's do it.
It is going to now attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is Bearman. 4. It's going for Astrid.
Cool.
Let's roll.
Well,
Alright.
yeah, he can go first.
I'm gonna take one dice off and
Yep.
use my
Good idea.
thing.
Jeez.
Oh my
1,
god.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. Don't look at me with those puppy
This
dog
is never
salty
gonna
eyes.
end. We're all. This
God.
is.
Well, it will end. It's going to end pretty definitely pretty soon. Holy
1, 2,
shit balls.
4,
5.
5,
Okay,
5.
I thought that was better than it was. I'm
So
sorry for getting
9.
so excited.
Advantage for being a cool cat.
All right.
Bear man.
Stab the bearman. Sorry, what are you doing?
I'm like attacking, but using
So he...
my shield as
Okay,
as one
so you're
arm.
getting the armor.
Oh.
And you're trying to beat 7.
I have 7.
So you want to roll hot.
1.
2.
Oh,
So it gets a fatal injury on you, which you can reduce by 1 with armor
Can I-
to a
Yeah.
level 4 injury.
Can I have a bonus action?
No.
Come on.
Nope.
Please.
You see a sickening sight. Its mace is out and you've been crumped with it, and you swing forward and its hand just goes grabs Astrid's head. Do you have a helmet?
yeah, sure.
Grabs the helmet, and you guys just hear this,
Oh my goodness.
and the helmet just buckles and cracks, and blood just spurts out the front, and Astrid's eyes bulge. And then she just drops. Like it just lets go, and you just drop. And make an endurance check. Challenge level 4. You don't have penalties to this roll.
Oh.
You drop to your knees and remain conscious. There is a ring, it's like ring. All you can hear is ringing, and your eyes are like got the pulsing of blood around the sides, and you just extreme pain as you remain conscious for this turn. Next, Bearman,
Sorry, it was a 4.
level 4 injury.
Is
You
that?
have negative 6 dice to everything.
You
That's
are,
not on.
You are...
Is that? Am I dead?
So that's called a fatal injury.
You are dying.
So what it means
Okay.
is if you don't receive medical treatment in the next like 60 seconds to 2 minutes,
Yeah.
you will die.
Okay.
You have a skull fracture and an internal hemorrhage in your brain.
Okay. Yay.
Astrid!
3.
Okay, that was 3 successes for Bearman, so he does
Wow.
nothing.
Bear man. Okay.
Next turn.
I'm
Now
changing-
you can have your free action.
Great. I fucking attack the bear man. I get my claws out and I scratch him up. Let's do it.
Okay,
He needs to get pissed off.
destiny roll. You roll it.
No, no.
You roll it.
Can we edit this?
You roll it.
I give up.
You scratch him a few times, and nothing happens. You can still fight the Centurion. Though. You kind of offhand, like, start scratching his belly.
Am I unconscious now?
No. Endurance check at the start of the round for both of you.
Oh, shit.
Both of you guys make an endurance check. See if you can act. You're woozy. You're falling. You
1,
pass.
2, 3, 4.
You're still conscious.
Can I like, the dice penalty makes it impossible, but like, I'm going to die if I don't do something. Can I just throw the sword at the dude, the bear dude?
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you a destiny roll, so then the dice penalties don't matter.
The rules don't
It all
matter.
comes down to this. 11. It's better.
You throw the sword. It arcs across the ground.
Just like, I'm like, Olympius is like, forgive
And
me.
it just goes and sinks into his ass cheek.
Fuck shit up.
Yay!
And he just explodes upwards and just into this massive werebear form.
Bite me.
Go bear.
And we're going to do one more round of combat. And if this combat isn't decisive, we're going to have to stop. We're out of time for today.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
if it is decisive, it's decisive. The Centurion, seeing this new threat, doesn't care because it's a Centurion. And it, feeling pretty strong, it's going to attack both of you and the bear. So it's going to drop its dice. So it's only going to roll 8 dice.
It's fine. I'll roll
Only.
sixes
Oh.
anyway. Oh, yeah, look
Yeah.
at that.
It
Woo.
gets, 4 successes.
Of course it does.
Now the bear. Bear.
Eat its head.
Where bear, 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 where
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah, chop its head off.
8.
8
Come on.
And
successes.
it got what?
4.
4.
As
So
Ahari's roll.
Yeah, woo. Azahari, yay.
1, 2, 3,
woo.
4, 5.
Yay,
You-
Azahari. Woo.
The bear bears down on the steam Centurion, reaches in, grabs the chest plate, and just rips the front armor panel completely off this thing, shreds down the arms, and with a level 4 injury, actually does a little bit of damage. This thing had 5 armor. Azahari, you got a level 1 victory.
Minor injury to it.
Yeah, you pull out some cables and scratch it a little
Delicious.
bit. And then, next turn, it now has 2 minor injuries. It sends its entire desperate attack, not at the bear, but at Azahari.
Of course he does. It's to kill us all, bitch.
And gets only 1.
Hell yeah!
2 successes.
Woo! Watch me roll a 1. 1, 2,
3.
3. Hey.
And there is the sound of metal scraping on metal. The bear rips plates from this thing. The arm is torn and thrown to the ground. Teeth go in. The sound of sparks, hot steam. The bear pulls back and screeches in pain as its face is burnt in this hot steam.
Buddy.
And then he just like drops the bear and like pulling his face, stomps and storms and like rages and runs out of the room.
The bear
The
or the
bear does.
century? Okay. I was
The
confused.
Centurion is collapsed and steam is escaping from it, and then slowly it falls limp. Azahari, what do you do?
Azahari like puts her claws on. She's like,
You turn around. Ferdinand lays unconscious on a table. And Astrid, make an endurance check.
I'm suffering a severe head injury.
Well, I mean, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
4, you're still conscious. Did you fail your check?
Well, do you want me to roll it properly?
Yeah, roll it properly. Oh, no, did you fail it?
I rolled it then and I rolled
And
2.
did you failed
Yeah.
it? Okay, so
Like,
you're
yeah.
unconscious. That's fine. You're not dying, so that's less important than Astrid
not?
being unconscious. Level 3 is not immediate death. Level 4 is you.
I have a total of...
Doesn't matter.
5.
Doesn't matter.
No?
So
It's only
you'll
the
fall
degree.
unconscious, but you have a medium injury, which means you'll take weeks to heal from that, cracked ribs and stuff,
And a moderate.
and a moderate. A fatal injury is you'll die within a couple of minutes, unless you get medical attention. So Astrid, you look still conscious, and Azahari, you face
well,
Astrid.
I should say that before when I downed it, I would have pointed at the Centurion and been like, "That's why they call me Nova Razahari. Fuck you!" And then I run over to Astrid and go help her.
Okay, so Help her.
I attempt
in character,
Oh,
Astrid is on her knees. A helmet crashed into your face. You can't hear. All you can hear is ringing, and blood fills your vision. And you just look up. As Ahara, you see your friend.
Like swaying.
I grab your hand with my paws, and I call out, "Astrid, Astrid."
You don't hear, but you can see she's trying to talk to you.
It's okay. We'll get you help. And I tried to attempt to bandage whatever I possibly can.
Make a survival check. What are you going to try? Bandage your helmet onto her head?
Sure, I don't know
You
what
can
I'm doing.
Can she take my
You
helmet
can,
off?
she can attempt to.
Do I perceive
You have no
that-
idea.
that-
You
yeah,
have
I'll
no
roll
medical
this
training.
first. Yeah.
One success. As Ahari prizes your helmet off your head, and there's like a oozing of like wet blood that comes down, and you can see her skull is fractured and split, and her hair is matted with blood. Astrid, do you have anything to say?
No. I'm just
Silent.
in so much pain, yeah.
Do any of you have any healing potions?
No, I gave my last one away.
Any of you have anything that could help?
Not unless I somehow regain consciousness and expend whatever forces of mana that I have left to suddenly learn magic. Or unless my whole bullshit delirium about the god Jeffrey is not insane delirium.
Roll a destiny roll.
Me?
Yep.
That's a number. That's a 17.
17.
I hate myself so much.
Because you opened that door and I kicked it down.
Ferdinand, it is me, Jeffrey.
I knew it. Am I dead?
Keep us
Am
an
I
echo
in
into that voice.
Hello. It is me, Jeffrey.
Am I in the halls of the elven gods?
No. You're not worthy to be here, you little bitch.
Trying.
I'm famed for my humor.
Yep, I know.
Do you seek guidance on your quest from me?
Always.
Okay. Well, what I want you to do is go to your friend who's dying. And if you can convince me I should save her, I will. But it will cost you something very important.
I accept.
You do not know what you have done. And you wake. You wake.
Sit bolt upright.
And you stumble over to Astrid and touch her. And with the healing light of a god, your skull fracture is minorly reduced to the point that you won't die, but are still equally as injured. You are stable. You are stable for now. You will need to be taken to a full-on place to be cured, but you're like unconscious but not immediately dying. And in Ferdinand's head, I have exacted my price from you, Ferdinand. From your home. I have taken your stamp collection and your limited edition Tiber Septum collector's mug.
No! Falls to his knees. No!
And on that note, we will end the episode.
Woo!
Well done, everyone.
People say I'm a mean DM, but I can't kill
That
players.
was
I never kill
awful.
players.
I hated
The only
that.
time I killed a player was on purpose because they wanted to die.
Not the mug!
Take the stamp collection, but leave them.
Leave the
I
mug!
met him in person!
And if you choose to believe that Astrid survives out there, you can. We're probably not coming back to Skyrim. Probably not. We might, but we'll
See how we go.
I think that's a point to end it with
That
our
is-
misadventures in a Dwemer Ruin, Astrid out of commission. And if you choose to believe that she bled out, that's also probably what happened. But anyway.
Yeah, maybe I didn't get up at all, and it was just a complete delusion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had a dream in your head.
And like I get up and it's like, Astrid's alive! And it's like, Ferdinand! No!
You're holding Astrid's dead body in your hands. All right, so Lachlan has had to run. We were well over time with that session. But thank you to our patrons for all your support. Thank you to Ellipses,
The Dark Fox.
Professor X,
Yaheltress. Tickle Dark.
Infinite Shadows.
AJ Macy,
And
Ozzy.
Yeah.
And thank you to all our other patrons. It's been a blast bringing you these Skyrim episodes. We hope you like them, and we hope you enjoy them in due course. We'll come back soon with either something else, or if we can beg, borrow, and steal, and the players want it, we might come back with an epilogue episode. But it will be not an adventure. It would sort of be let's just finish up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. You know, like with anything, so all good things come to an end.
that's
Sometimes
it.
that end is your head being crushed in by a Dwemer Centurion.
It was a good story, either way.
So,
I'm never talking to you again.
You take people's step collections.
the moral of the story is sometimes digging too deep can be dangerous.
It's
you know.
true.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
we didn't go deep. We avoided the deep part.
Yeah,
We
that's true.
bypassed
The deep
it.
part was the safe room.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was
Of course it
literally.
was.
It was literally. It was a locked
drew a
door
map.
He drew
to
everything.
a room
Yeah.
there, and there's another room there. And in that room, there was a large and comfortable bed, a fireplace that was like lit and warm and comfortable. The door was lockable with
Oh
like
my
a large
God.
barred locking mechanism.
dude.
There was also a magic sword in there.
You're kidding.
Yeah, no, it was the loot and treasure room, and it was the one room that you guys were all like, no.
It's always the way.
Of course
that
it
way,
was.
that way lies trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
That was awful.
Well, we'll catch you
thank
guys
you,
next
everyone.
time.
Catch you later.
Bye.